Welcome back to Russell, Kansas, to the Russell High School Gymnasium, where the Minneapolis Lion boys are getting ready to take on the Russell Bronco boys here in this last regular season game. We beat them twice earlier this year, once in the Hoisington tournament and also at home. It was 65-54 at the Russell tournament, or the Hoisington tournament. It was a bigger spread at 54-24 by 30 points at Minneapolis. A current 4-game winning streak for the Lions. Overall, we lead the series 34-8. Excuse me, 26-8, and 35 games total. But the Russell Broncos have been really impressive here in the last part of this season. They have beat Beloit twice this year.
Beloit twice this year.
They beat Sacred Heart. They barely lost to TMP Marion in overtime. And then they had a nice 2-point win over Southeast of Saline last Friday. So they're nothing to be overlooked by any means.
On their home floor.
On their home floor, yeah. And they are now in the league. They are basically a half game behind Beloit, so they could garner a tie for third with a win tonight, where Minneapolis needs to win in order to maintain their tie with Sacred Heart here for first place in the league. It'll be the first league championship we've had since the 05-06 season, Brian Weedle's senior year.
Who does Sacred Heart play tonight?
Sacred Heart is I don't know. I can't remember. It's a league game.
It is a league game.
Yeah.
No.
It's either Ellsworth,
Republic County,
or not Beloit. I know that. Has to be Republic County, or it might be.
And I don't think it's Southeast Saline. It might be Southeast.
Yeah.
It might be. Yeah. So Minneapolis is in their traveling red. Russell Broncos in their home white, and it's a tough place to play up here in Russell.
Yes, it is.
And if I remember right, Russell Broncos go fairly deep into their bench. Matter of fact, the first time we played, 9 of their players scored the first time we played.
But your Lions are 5th ranked in the state in the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association poll, and they're 15-4 overall, number 1 ranked in sub-state. And that's the way, no matter what happens tonight, they'll remain that way.
So there is a chance that we could have a game on Monday or Tuesday and play Ellsworth boys and girls.
Yep.
So, and usually, if I remember right, if that happens, they both play them on the same night for travel reasons for the fans. And so,
even if they were different teams, I'd like to see them both on the same night myself, just to get it over with. So, I think the reason they don't generally do that is because once you get the semifinals, the girls play on one night and the boys on another.
Yeah.
So
Russell Broncos will be wearing their white. We'll have their starting lineup here in just a second. Minneapolis, as I said earlier, in their traveling red. Casey Ardenbright for Minneapolis, followed by number 3, Taylor Oakes for the Russell Broncos. For Minneapolis, number 15, junior Grayson George. Number 11, Brandon Huff. Brandon, a 6-foot senior for the Broncos. For Minneapolis, number 23, Logan Weedle. Number 32, Alan Rourke for the Broncos. Number 33, Zach Axelson for the Broncos. Number 33, Dylan Crossan. And for Minneapolis, senior Keegan McCulloch. And for the Broncos, number 34, Nick Turner. So a couple seniors they start there, as actually Oakes is a senior, as well as Brandon Huff is a senior. Alan Rourke. Let's see, Alan Rourke is a senior. Actually, they start all seniors here. Axelson and Turner. So, as looks like we will have the national anthem, and we will go ahead and keep it here and listen to it. I'm sure where the flag's at. Thank you, Dale.
I had to look for it myself.
Nice job by the music group singing the national anthem for the Russell Broncos as Minneapolis and the Broncos getting ready to do battle here as Dale Leach is doing my color tonight as Mike is away.
So that's a colorful personality to help you out.
As we will have the jump, and Axelson, a pretty good size athlete. He's just very well cut.
Very well chiseled.
Kid can jump out of the gym, and so can Grayson George, as we will have the jump as Minneapolis and the Broncos getting ready to do battle here. And a loud jump, tips up, and it goes into the hands of Axelson. He comes away with it, and it's immediately tipped out of bounds.
Tipped away by Argenbright, I thought, but they say it's Minneapolis ball.
Minneapolis will start it out here. After the turnover, Argenbright will bring it down to set it up. Casey back to Grayson George. Grayson back to McCulloch. Keegan on the outside. Gets it back to Logan Weedle. Logan looks for a cutter into Dylan Crossan. Dylan in the lane, shot up and off the mark, rebounded by number 32, Rourke. Rourke with the ball on the outside, gets it in the hands of Oakes. Oakes will bring it down for the Broncos. Swing pass over to Axelson. Axelson will drive. Gets it down low to Huff. Huff back to Axelson. Little pick at the top into Turner. Turner at the top of the key, guarded by Dylan Crossan. Back in the hands of Oakes. Oakes at the top of the key, picked up. Back to Axelson, back to Turner. Three-point shot, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Argenbright. Would that be a backbreaker to have?
Yes, it would.
Have a big.
Now, careful.
Wow, block on the inside. Picked up by Minneapolis. And it's going to be tipped out of bounds off of Minneapolis. It'll go back to.
Had a big presence inside there battling against Crossan. Got that shot blocked away.
Number 25 checks in. Michael Von Felt checks in as Von Felt, a junior. And a turnover back the other direction. So good defense both sides of the ball right now. Forcing the turnovers. Minneapolis will have it. Casey Argenbright will bring it back to set it up for Minneapolis. Back to Logan. Weedle at the top. Back to McCulloch. Keegan drives. Shot up, and it's going to be off the mark. Rebounded by Turner, and he walks with it. Yep. Turner looked for the outlet pass, didn't have it, and had the momentum as he moves forward and turns the ball over. Grayson George gets into Logan Weedle. Back to Argenbright. Argenbright back to Grayson. Grayson into Weedle. Shot up and off the mark. McCulloch tips it in. Nice job by Keegan McCulloch with the tip. Gets it into the ball. Turner with the ball on the outside. Takes his man down low. Shot up off the mark. Rebounded by Dylan crossing, and Turner's over the back. Turner, 6'3" senior for the Broncos. First team foul. Minneapolis will inbounds.
He's a good-sized body, but he's got some movement.
He does. He does. Very quick with his feet and moves very well. Argenbright picks up his dribble, back to Grayson George. Grayson into Dylan Crossan. Dylan back to Grayson. Grayson drives up and good, and he finishes it. Bucket is good as Axelson picks up the foul. Grayson will go to the line for the and one here. Shot is up and good by Grayson. 5-0. The Lions with the lead here, 5:59 in the first quarter. Von Felt with the ball as he drives the right-hand side. Pulls it back, kicks it back to Axelson. Axelson back to Von Felt. Von Felt drives, kick down, low, shot up and good. Off the glass is Huff as he puts it in off the glass. Good ball movement. As nice finish by the Broncos. Argenbright on the outside, rolls the right-hand side. Gets it back to McCulloch. McCulloch from the free throw line, back to Weedle. Weedle from the free throw line, shot is off the mark. Dylan Crossan with the rebound. Dylan is going to has it blocked, rebounded by Oakes. Oakes stolen by Weedle. Great anticipation by Logan Weedle as he brings it down. Dylan Crossan back to Argenbright. Great anticipation by Logan on that with the steal. McCulloch to the top of the key. Back to Argenbright. Casey drives, shot in the lane, up and no good. Rebound by Huff. Minneapolis has had some good looks, hasn't been able to capitalize on a few of them. 5-2 Lions with the lead. Huff with the ball on the outside, back to Von Felt. Von Felt nearly stolen by Crossan. Back to Axelson, back to Turner. Turner on the outside. Turner guarded by Crossan. Picks up his dribble. Back to Huff. Drives back to Turner. Shot into Von Felt, and the basket's good as Von Felt showing
McCulloch up in the air. Drew the foul.
Von Felt showing some athletic ability as he gets it up in the air and gets fouled.
Timeout Minneapolis says it's now 5-4, and Russell has a chance to tie the score here.
We will go ahead and take a break. 5-4, 4:28 left to go in the first quarter. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. Well, we'll keep it here. Oh, we forgot to change that out, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. Minneapolis. We'd like to blame it on technical difficulties at the studio, but it's technical difficulties on us. So we'll keep it here. Minneapolis with the lead 5-4, but at the line to try to tie it is Michael Von Felt. Von Felt, 6'2" junior at the line. Shot is up and good.
5-0 run by the Broncos to tie the score at 5.
Argenbright will bring it down to set it up for Minneapolis. Back to McCulloch. Back to Grayson. Grayson back to Weedle. Weedle back to Argenbright. Argenbright looks down low to McCulloch. Back to Grayson. Grayson gets his man up in the air, and he gets it to roll in. Nice job by Grayson, as Grayson's got such a nice soft touch with the rim, and he gets it to finish. Ball on the outside goes to Oakes, back to Axelson. Swing pass over on the outside to Von Felt. Nice drop down pass to Turner as Nick Turner finishes it. Great ball movement and a great finish by Turner, but Von Felt very quick dribble drive to the hole. McCulloch on the outside, back to Grayson George. Grayson takes the three, and he drains it. Nice job, Grayson George, as he hits a big three right over the top of Axelson. Minneapolis with the 10-7 lead. Axelson on the outside. Good hustle there. Dylan Crossan will step out of bounds, but great hustle by Dylan as Dylan powering down low with the Broncos as Garrett Doherty checks in, as well as Tyrell Owens, as Weedle and Argenbright take a seat. Ball will go in to the hands of Huff, back to Oakes. Oakes back on the outside, picks up his dribble. Back to Axelson. Axelson. Oh, good ball movement by Axelson. Wow. That was pretty.
10-9, Minneapolis.
McCulloch on the outside, back to Owens. Back to Doherty. Garrett Doherty with the ball. Rolls around the right-hand side. Gets it into McCulloch. McCulloch to Crossan in the lane. Up and no good. Can't finish it. And it's rebounded by Oakes.
Chance to take the lead here for the Broncos.
Oakes on the outside. Swing pass. And it's going to be off the head. And it'll be a turnover off the head of Huff. Be back to Minneapolis.
Good reach in by Doherty there to get the ball tipped away.
Charlie Lynn as well as Andrew Yox will check in for McCulloch and Crossan. So on the floor is Lynn, Owens, George, Doherty, and Yoxel. As Broncos get a new player in, number 13, which is Adam Bueller. Go ahead and say it.
The old famous Bueller.
Grayson George on the outside, guarded tightly. Back to Yoxel, back to Doherty. Doherty looks in the cutter, gets it inside to Grayson George. Grayson fronts his man, shot up and over him is good.
What a sweet shot.
Nice job by Grayson. 12-9, Lions with the lead. Axelson on the outside, swing pass back over to number 30, which is Brady Ruggles, who also checks in. Ruggles checks into Oakes,
nice
rebounded
move.
by
Couldn't convert.
Yoxel. Yeah, it was a great move. Doherty will have the ball for the Lions. Back to Yoxel from the free throw line. Shot is up and good. Nice job by Andrew Yoxel.
Who is that long bomber out there?
As he takes one just about 2 steps beyond the free throw line. Oakes with the ball. Swing pass over to Ruggles. Back on the outside goes to Bueller. Bueller back to Ruggles. Ruggles, top of the key, goes to Von Felt. Von Felt slides around. Wow, he is quick. And he steps out of bounds off of Bueller. But Von Felt, wow, he's got some quick moves.
Yep. 14-5 Minneapolis at the 1:35 mark in this quarter.
Double team picked up by the Broncos. Minneapolis has numbers here. Yoxel into Charlie Lynn, gets his man up, and he will be fouled. Charlie Lynn will be fouled down low. I didn't see who it's on.
30 or 13, I think.
Number 30, good call, Brady Ruggles. So Charlie Lynn will go to the line for 2. First shot is on its way and in and out. Logan Weedle will check in for Grayson George at minute 26 left in the first quarter. Also checking in is number 2, Ryan Zachman, as he checks in for Von Felt. Second shot coming by Lynn. Shot is up and it's air ball. 14-9, Minneapolis with the lead as Charlie will make an adjustment next time. Owens with the tight defense, and he's going to get the reach-in foul. Tyrell Owens with his first personal foul. Inbounds pass coming for the Broncos. Back in the hands of Oakes. Oakes gets his man in the air, shot up, no good. Rebounded by Zachman. Zachman no good, rebounded by Charlie Lynn. Good defense by Yoxel. Doherty will bring it down. Into the hands of Weedle, and turnover.
And out of the hands of Weedle. Still 14-9, 1 minute to play.
Ball goes back in the hands of Oakes to bring it down for the Broncos. Oakes drives around. Back on the outside to Ruggles. Ruggles looks down low. Oh, nice ball movement down low, and foul is on the floor. Didn't see who it's on. Charlie Lynn, I believe. On the floor, though. Shot is up and no good.
Yoxel with the foul. And 2 free throws here for Zachman. Or what's his name again?
Ryan Zachman.
Yeah, Zachman, okay.
No, I'm sorry. Axelson.
Axelson.
Axelson. First shot is off the back of the rim. I can't remember who we're thinking of. Zachman. Oh, Ryan Zachman's number 2. So
McCulloch, George, and Argenbright come back in, leaving Yoxel and Weedle on the floor.
35 seconds left. Second shot coming by Axelson is up and no good. Rebounded by Yoxel. Argenbright will bring it down to set it up. Minneapolis gets the ball on the outside to McCulloch. McCulloch.
Gonna run clock here.
Yep.
20 seconds.
Ball goes back to Argenbright. Casey back to Grayson George. Grayson back to McCulloch. 8 seconds. Back to Grayson. Three-point shot is up and good. Nice job by Grayson George as he hits a big three-pointer right there. That's the best end of the quarter play I've seen ran by the Lions in a long time, and they executed it well, and Grayson George hits a big three right there. Minneapolis with the lead, 17-9 at the end of 1. We will take a break. You're listening to 910 KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Wide range of insurance and financial products help protect what's most important, your family, auto, home, and other possessions. Call your Farm Bureau Financial Services agent in Minneapolis, George Dressy. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to Central Kansas and will continue the tradition. Minneapolis Raceway will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
For all your insurance needs, check with Bob Martin, your Farm Bureau Financial Services representative in Minneapolis. He can insure what matters most with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Bob can help you protect what's important: your car, home, life, health, business, and more. Welcome back to Russell, Kansas.
Grayson George inbounds for the Lions. Gets it into Argenbright. Ooh, boy, that was a little close. Casey will bring it down to set it up. 13 points by Grayson George in the first quarter. Paces the Lions with a score 17-9. Logan Weedle for 3, and it's off the mark and off the back of the rim, and it will go back the other direction. Good look, and just couldn't put it in as Oaks will bring it down for the Broncos. Oaks drives. Back to Axelson. Axelson swing pass over to Huff. Huff picks it up. Back to Von Felt. Back to Axelson. And there's a walk in there. Tie-up is called instead as Argenbright ties it up with Nick Turner. It'll stay with the Broncos. Axelson and Von Felt so quick to the basket. Ball goes back in the hands of Huff. Huff back on the outside. Picked up by Oaks. Oaks back to Huff. Back to Von Felt. And foul going to be called.
Yoxel, I think.
Yep, good call there. Von Felt will go to the line to shoot a one-on-one. Or 2 shots, sorry about that.
Crossing in for Yoxel.
5th team foul on Minneapolis.
Broncos have 3.
Second shot is off the mark, and Axelson should be over the back. Good rebound by McCulloch. Keegan gets it up to Casey Argenbright. Casey tries all the way in, can't get it to finish, and oh wow, a pinball machine down there. Minneapolis comes away with it. Wow.
Doink, doink, doink.
A lot of hands touch that one and a few heads as Minneapolis comes away with it. Back to Weedle. Weedle drives up and he will be knocked out of bounds. Ah! Good call. Good job by Huff as he throws it at Weedle and Weedle touches it and it'll be off of Weedle. It'll go back to the Broncos.
Good shot blocked by Axelson there on Weedle's layup.
Ball goes into Oaks. Oaks back to Axelson. Into Crossan, back to George. Grayson George makes him move back to Argenbright. Casey had set a charge down there. No call on that. Into Crossan. Crossan back to Weedle. Back to Argenbright. Casey drives into Crossan. Up and no good.
I was very surprised to see no foul either way on that a second ago.
Shot goes the other direction, and Oaks takes it all the way down to get the bucket.
17-11.
5:40 left to go here in the second quarter, sorry. McCulloch on the outside. Up, and he can't finish it either. Minneapolis cannot get anything on the inside as Axelson takes it all the way in. Shot up and no good. Rebounded by McCulloch. I'm not sure how that one did not fall.
Too much English.
Axelson wanting a breather. He's asked for it. He's got a player looking to come in. And turnover by Minneapolis again.
Pass is a little too high. And Russell takes the timeout.
Wow. 30-second timeout called. Minneapolis is yet to score here in the second quarter. 17-11. 5:10 left to go in the second quarter. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Let's make it delicious. Let's make it fast. Let's make it a meal from KT's in downtown Minneapolis. KT's, home of the almost world-famous hamburger. KT's wishes the Lions best wishes during the upcoming season.
Roth Repair has been a fixture in Minneapolis for some time now. Fixture, get it? Roth Repair can fix, replace, maintain, patch, build, remodel, and mend just about anything. The work is professional and the cost is reasonable. Roth Repair, Minneapolis. Call them today if you need something done right the first time.
Where do you go when you need groceries? Jeans IGA, of course. Jeans is proud to be a sponsor of Minneapolis sports and hopes that you will encourage your children to be as competitive in the classroom as they are in sports. Jeans IGA, a proud sponsor of today's game.
Welcome back to Russell, Kansas. Broncos, Turner drives in the lane and gets it to fall. Nick Turner, very quick step with the feet as he cuts it back to a 4-point lead for the Lions. Broncos on a 4-0 run here. Into McCulloch, back to Weedle. Weedle back to McCulloch, back to Argenbright. Casey back to Grayson George. Grayson back to McCulloch at the top of the key, looks at Logan Weedle. Logan back to Grayson. Grayson into McCulloch. There's a charge, yep. Grayson puts an arm out, and good call by the officials there. A little bit of an acting job, but still a good call.
Academy Award time.
Von Felt inbounds it in the hands of Oaks as the Broncos are going to try to cut it down to a 2-point lead here. Turner on the outside. Turner guarded by Charlie Lynn. Back to Oaks. Oaks back to Huff for 3. Off the mark, rebounded by McCulloch. Back to Grayson George. Grayson will bring it down. Back to McCulloch to set it up. Back to Argenbright. Casey back on the outside. Goes to Grayson. Back to McCulloch. Back to Weedle. Foul is going to be on the floor. Minneapolis will have it underneath their own basket as the foul, I believe, is on Bueller.
Will be their 4th team foul. The Lions with 6.
Grayson George into Logan Weedle. Back to Argenbright. Goes to McCulloch. Back to Grayson. Grayson takes a 3, and he drains it.
He's zeroed in on those tonight.
Nice shot by Grayson
13.
from the elbow there. Oaks on the ball on the outside, guarded by Weedle. Swing pass over to Von Felt. Von Felt drives all the way in, and he will be fouled by McCulloch, I believe. Keegan's second personal foul. Von Felt will give you the line for 2. Off the front of the rim. Have another one coming. Dylan Crossan and Garrett Doherty and Tyrell Owens check in for Weedle, Argenbright, and McCulloch. Second shot coming by Von Felt. Shot is up, and it's off the front of the rim as well. Charlie Lynn with the rebound. Back to Doherty. Garrett will bring it down to set it up. Garrett gets it into Charlie Lynn. Charlie Lynn back to Grayson George. Grayson back to Doherty. Doherty on the corner. Back to Charlie Lynn at the top of the key. Back to Grayson. Grayson, another three. This one is off the mark and rebounded by Oaks. That was probably the widest open he's been. He needs to have somebody in his face.
Back rim.
Turner on the outside. Picks up his dribble and gets it back to Von Felt. Von Felt drives. Kicks it on the out to Turner for three. And it's off the mark. Rebounded by Crossan. Back to Doherty. 20-13, Lions with the lead. 2:40 left to go in the second quarter. Grayson George on the outside. Looks down low to Crossan. Gets it back out to Charlie Lynn. Back to Garrett Doherty. Garrett back to Owens. Owens back to Grayson George. Into Crossan. Crossan in the paint. Up and good. Nice job by Dylan Crossan as Dylan gets his first points of the night in the paint. 22-13. Oaks with the ball on the outside. Picks up his dribble. Back to Bueller. Back to Von Felt. Drives in. Rebounded by Garrett Doherty. Garrett will bring it down for the Lions. 2:04 left to go. Garrett looks into Crossan, back to Grayson, back to Doherty. Doherty on the outside, back to Charlie Lynn. Into Grayson, into Crossan. Crossan in the paint, has his man up in the air, can't get the fall, gets his own rebound, and he's going to be fouled there on the arm, and that will be on Von Felt, and that is his first personal. Only the fourth team foul. Logan Weedle getting ready to check in, as well as Axelson and Hecker.
Actually, that was number 5, but they're just a little slow.
A little slow.
On those
Okay.
changes there.
Okay. As Logan Weedle checks in for Grayson George.
The Lions have 7 fouls here. 1:42 to go in the half.
Doherty on the outside. Back to Weedle. Weedle looks into Crossan. Goes around him on the double team. Pulls it back out. Back to Doherty. Doherty swings around the top of the key. Back to Weedle. Weedle takes his man in. Shot up, no good. Doherty with the tried to get the rebound, couldn't get it. Goes back to Oaks. Swing pass. Hecker on the outside, off the mark, rebounded by Weedle. Weedle will bring it down. Gets it to Doherty to set it up. A minute left here in the first half, 22-13. Back to Weedle. Weedle back to Charlie Lynn. Charlie Lynn back to Owens. Owens back to Doherty. Doherty into Crossan. Crossan back to Weedle. Back to Doherty. As Minneapolis run a little clock here. Oh. Thought we were going to try to get a backdoor play there, and it closed off very quickly. Wise choice by Charlie Lynn. Crossan back to Doherty. 30 seconds left, 22-13. Lions with the lead and the ball. Doherty back to Weedle. Weedle back to Owens. 22 seconds. Double teamed at the top. Into Crossan, back out to Weedle. Back to Doherty. 13 seconds left, and they will run it. Back to Owens, 9 seconds. Owens on the outside. Back to Crossan. Crossan back to Charlie Lynn. Charlie Lynn's going to have to get it off. Gets it into Owens. Gets shot off. And it's no good. Does get a shot off. Nice job. They get it into Owens. And Tyrell just couldn't quite get it to finish. That was a good look, though.
Yep.
Good look, and they got the shot off, and that's what the coach wanted. Nice job by Minneapolis, as only 5 points scored by the Lions in the second quarter, but only 4 scored by the Broncos. Minneapolis with the lead at the half, 22-13. We will take a break. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. Welcome back to Russell High School as Minneapolis Lions had the lead 22-13 at the end of the first half as Minneapolis came out on fire in the first quarter, outscoring 17-9. Both teams actually doing a pretty good job. And then in the second quarter, both teams kind of cooled down a little bit. Defense played a little bit more of a role. 5 points to 4 points in the second quarter as Minneapolis outscored them to get the lead to 22-13 by the Lions at the half.
The only good thing about only scoring 5 points in the quarter is your opponent only scoring 4.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You don't want to see that happen where you only score 5 and they get a bunch more. So
yes.
Minneapolis with the lead 22-13 at the half. Run through some scoring real quick for the Russell Broncos. Taylor Oakes with 2 points. Brandon Huff with 2 points. 3 points by Michael Von Felt. 2 points by Zach Axelson. And Nick Turner with some big moves in the paint with 4 points. For Minneapolis, Andrew Yoxel with 2. 16 big points by Grayson George, a big first quarter. 13 points and then a 3 in the second quarter, 16 points. Dylan Crossan with 2 and Keegan McCulloch with 2. So a great effort by the Lions as they had the lead as Russell really kind of struggled from the free throw line as they were 1 for 7 from the free throw line.
Russell, pretty good effort in the first half, but the Lions just a little bit better. And I look for the Lions here to come out and put some good aggression on the defense and the offensive pressure. Salt this game away and cement their tie for first place in the league, Sacred Heart.
Last time when we played, Minneapolis had a comfortable lead by a score of 27-10 at the end of the first half in Minneapolis. A little different story at Russell as Minneapolis, Minneapolis up 27 to 23. So a little different story there. Minneapolis with the lead 22-13 here at the end of the first half. And Dale, you were saying, what's Minneapolis going to have to do other than the pressure to come away with the victory?
Got to keep scoring and keep the defensive pressure going on those Broncos, because they're going to keep trying to come at us. And we beat them twice so far this year, and just need to get in their heads and get that self-doubt that they say, it's over, we can't get her done.
Minneapolis going to have to continue to have some hot shooting by Grayson George, and they're going to have some other players step up and hit some points as well. The Russell defense on the inside, it's really kind of hard to get buckets on the inside. We've had some good looks. Too hard off the glass, too soft off the glass, had some block shots. Axelson and Turner both can block the ball pretty darn well.
Yes, I can. I've actually been a little more active than what I remembered in previous games, but they just have not been able to produce the offense so far that they need in order to hang with the Lions here. So let's hope the Lions can keep it up, get this game salted away.
Minneapolis starting lineup the same. A little different look for the Broncos, as looks like Von Felt will get the start over Rourke. So, which I think that senior night is probably why. So Minneapolis to inbounds. Send into McCulloch. McCulloch back to Argenbright. Minneapolis will roll the right-hand side. Casey Argenbright. Ooh, nearly turns it over, and luckily gets it into Argenbright. Back to McCulloch. Nearly a costly turnover early there. Casey Argenbright gets it into McCulloch. McCulloch gets his man up in the air. Shot is off the mark. Rebounded by Turner. Pulls it back out to Oakes. Oakes on the outside, guarded by Weedle. Back to Axelson. Axelson guarded by McCulloch. Back to Huff. Huff back to Von Felt. Von Felt drives. This is man up in the air. Axelson for three. And off the mark, rebounded by Grayson George. Grayson back to Casey Argenbright. Argenbright back to Crossan. Grayson on the outside. Back to McCulloch. And somebody throws a bottle on the floor. So, little kid at the top is throws a bottle down on the floor by accident. So, Grayson George to inbounds. Back to Logan Weedle, into Crossan. Crossan up and can't get it to fall. He will be fouled and he'll go to the line.
He really had some body pressure put on him there. He fought through it very well to get to the basket.
Foul is called on Von Felt. That's his second personal. Crossan at the line for two. Off the back of the rim.
Dylan's been a pretty good, consistent shooter of the free throws here the last half of the season. Though I missed that one.
We have another one coming here. In and out. Rebounded by Axelson. Von Felt with the ball. Drives. Kicks it back out to Axelson. Axelson guarded by McCulloch. Into Oaks. Yep, and it's off of Russell. Good job by Minneapolis right there as Grayson George tips it off the hands of Von Felt. Be a turnover back to the lines. McCulloch into Argenbright. Casey has a little pressure put on him. Back to Grayson George. Back to Keegan McCulloch. McCulloch into Crossan. And Crossan has it blocked by Axelson.
Came across the lane, saw what was happening, went up in the air and laid that ball back.
Into Crossan, back to McCulloch. Back to Argenbright. Back to Casey. Casey will be fouled on the inside.
Nice give and go there.
By Von Felt. I think that, ooh, no. Called on number 11, that's Huff. And Argenbright makes the first one. First point scored of the second half by either team. Argenbright will have another throw coming. Shot is up and it's good. Casey gets his first points of the night. Nice job, Casey. 24-13. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Von Felt back to Oaks. Oaks on the outside. Picks up his dribble back to Turner. Turner spin move on the inside and he'll be fouled. I'll tell you, Nick Turner has got some nifty footwork down low.
And when he gets that body moving, you better look out.
Dylan Crossan with his first personal foul. Turner will go to the line to shoot two. Shot is up and no good. Second shot coming by Turner. Shot is up and it's good.
Timeout Russell, trailing by
Russell
10.
Calls a timeout to talk about it. They call a 30-second timeout, so we will go ahead and take one with them. 24-14, Lions with the lead. 5:57 left to go in the third quarter. Well, we'll go ahead and keep it here.
Forgot to reset. Sorry.
We'll go ahead and keep it here. We'll go ahead and stop it here, and Minneapolis will have the ball as the Broncos will pick up a full court press. Ball goes into Weedle, back to McCulloch. Keegan will have a little pressure put on him by Turner as they try to get him on a double team, and McCulloch breaks it nicely back to Weedle. Weedle back to Grayson George. Grayson to set it up at the top as Grayson guarded by Axelson. Grayson back to McCulloch on the free throw line. Back to Logan Weedle for three. Off the mark. And, wow. A lot of collision going on down there with McCulloch and Axelson.
So I was surprised McCulloch didn't draw a foul.
I am too. Axelson with the last touch. Minneapolis ball. McCulloch. Spin move in the lane, up and good. Nice job by McCulloch as he shows Nick Turner that I can spin like you and I can do it as well. Nice job by McCulloch. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Casey Argenbright takes the charge on Von Felt, and that's 3 on Von Felt.
How many times have we seen that this year?
Casey just does a great job of stepping in and taking a big charge. Checking in will be number 30, Brady Ruggles, as he checks in for Von Felt. McCulloch to inbounds. Gets it into Dylan Crossan. Dylan back to McCulloch. Back to Weedle. Weedle brings it down. Back to McCulloch. Back to Argenbright. 5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. 26-14 Lions of lead. Grayson on the outside into Crossan. Crossan in the paint. Shot up and off the mark. And should be a tie-up. It is. Nice job by Minneapolis as Grayson George as well as Brady Ruggles get the tie-up. It'll stay with the Broncos as Doherty checks in as well as Yoxel. As Weedle and Crossan will take a breather. So on the floor, also Owens checks in for Casey Argenbright. So Owens, Doherty, Grayson, Keegan, as well as Yoxel. Axelson on the outside, goes back on the outside to Bueller. Bueller swing pass over to Axelson. And Axelson, nice job by McCulloch as he slides with him. Axelson lowers the shoulder.
And threw out that arm.
So Doherty will bring it down for the Lions. Once again, double teamed.
He's lucky he did get number 3 there.
Yeah. And close again. Back to McCulloch. Back to Doherty. Doherty to set it up back to McCulloch. McCulloch on the outside. Swings around. Picks it up. Back to Grayson. Grayson drives. And has it blocked. Nice hands by Axelson. He gets the block. Axelson has some numbers. Takes it down. Pulls it back out. Swing pass over to Bueller for 3. And he drains it. Wow.
Bueller for 3.
Big three-pointer right there by Bueller. Axelson goes cross court and hits him right there. McCulloch on the outside. Can't get it. Yoxel gets the follow, and he's fouled by Huff as Yoxel will go to the line to shoot 2.
See if we can get the score back to an 11-point difference here.
First shot is on its way and in and out as Grayson George will check out as Logan Weedle checks back in. Second shot coming by Yoxel. Shot is up and
oh, wow.
Wow, gets that one to roll in.
Some kind of wind blew and blew that one back in, didn't it? 10-point advantage.
Oaks back to Axelson. Axelson with the ball on the outside. Picks up his dribble. Back to Oaks. Back. Spin move on the inside. Gets his own rebound. Oh, wow. Nice job by Taylor Oaks as he gets his own rebound and puts it back up. Garrett Doherty brings it across the timeline. Gets it to McCulloch. McCulloch drives all the way in. Nice job by Keegan to see the lane and take it all the way in. McCulloch with the bucket. Oaks drives, kicks it back out to Axelson. Axelson swings around, goes in the lane, back to Oaks for 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Weedle. Weedle breaks it, comes to the ground across the timeline. Back to Owens, back to Doherty. Doherty back to McCulloch. Back to Weedle for 3, and he drains it. Nice job by Logan Weedle as he gets his first points of the night. A good timing right there from the top of the key. He hits a big 3. 32-19, 2:26 left in the third quarter. Axelson on the outside. Back to Huff. Huff drives in, shot up and off the mark, rebounded by McCulloch. Back to Doherty. Gets it to Owens. Tyrell on the outside. Back to McCulloch. Back to Weedle. Weedle gets it into McCulloch. Into Yoxel. Yoxel gets his man up in the air, and he's going to be fouled, and he will go to the line again. Didn't see who the foul was on this time, Dale.
I didn't either. My cell phone buzzed.
Brady Ruggles.
Drew my attention.
Yoxel at the line to shoot 2. First shot is up and good. Charlie Lynn will check in for Keegan McCulloch.
They've got to be happy to see him sit down.
Second shot coming by Yoxel.
Keegan brings such diversity to the floor. You never know what he's going to do.
Misses it. Garrett Doherty in there at the rebound. Nice job by Garrett Doherty as he comes down with a big rebound. Back to Yoxel. Back to Owens. Owens back to Weedle. Back to Yoxel at the top of the key. Back to Doherty. Into Logan Weedle. Shot up and good. Nice job by Logan as Logan gets a little shot from the left corner.
35-19.
Oakes on the outside. Picks up his dribble. Back on the outside. Goes to Hecker. Hecker. And stolen by Minneapolis. Owens on the outside. Back to Doherty. Gets it across. Down to Charlie Lynn. Charlie Lynn up. Oh, can't get it to fall. They had numbers. And oh, wow. Couldn't get it to fall. Nice effort by Minneapolis to break that press and couldn't finish down low. Turner on the outside. And no good. And foul is going to be on Minneapolis. So Garrett Doherty tried to slide in to take that. Lucky he didn't get called with the foul as he tried to slid into that. Foul's called on Yoxel. That's his third personal. Bueller for 3. Turner with the big rebound, and he puts it up. No good. Charlie Lynn comes down with it. Nice job, Charlie Lynn.
Foul.
Charlie Lynn with a big rebound down low against Turner. 38 seconds left in the third quarter. 35-19. Doherty on the outside. Back to Yoxel. Yoxel back to Weedle. Weedle looks at Yoxel. Yoxel has the ball on the outside. Picks up his dribble. Back to Doherty. Doherty back on the outside. Back to Weedle with 14 seconds left. Back to Doherty. 11 seconds. Back to Yoxel. Back to Weedle. Into Yoxel. Yoxel puts up a shot and gets good off the glass. Nice job by Minneapolis. Great clock management once again at the end of the quarter, Dale. And Yoxel gets a nice shot off the glass against Turner. Gives Minneapolis the 37-19 lead at the end of the third quarter.
You know, Logan Weedle had the defense's attention.
Yes, they did. Yeah, absolutely.
And, when he got the ball there at the end, Mr. Yoxel was wide open. We'll be back.
Todd and Shelley Wilson and Wilson Shields Funeral Home offer affordability and dignity. They know that the Minneapolis Lions will have a great season and want to wish them the best. Wilson Shields Funeral Home, our family serving your family. Farm Bureau's wide range of insurance and financial products help protect what's most important, your family, auto, home, and other possessions. Call your Farm Bureau Financial Services agent in Minneapolis, George Dressy. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company.
It's fast, it's furious, and it's fun. It's Minneapolis Raceway. Minneapolis Raceway has brought you exciting races to Central Kansas and will continue the tradition. Minneapolis Raceway will give you and your family some of the most exciting races ever seen. Go Lions!
Welcome back to Russell, Kansas. Minneapolis has the lead 37-19. Nice lead for the Lions as Russell will have... Actually, Minneapolis will have the ball to start the fourth quarter. Grayson George to inbounds. Gets it to Doherty. Doherty will roll around the left-hand side. Shot in the lane, up and, in and out. Can't get it to fall. That sucker was down and came back out. Turner, great shot. Bueller for three. Ah, wow. That's at the right place at the right time. That's
wide open.
Charlie Lynn. Oh, come on, guys. Minneapolis has 2 turnovers back-to-back right there. Ball on the outside. Swing pass. Bueller again. In and out. But a big rebound. Up and good by Brady Ruggles. Gets his first points, and a big 5 points quickly by the Broncos. 37-24. Garrett Doherty on the outside. Grayson George into McCulloch. McCulloch shot in the lane, up, no good. And he'll get fouled by Keegan McCulloch.
And Argenbright and Crossan are set to come in.
Yep. As Doherty and Charlie Lynn will sit down. So. Ball will come down in the hands of Oakes. Oakes swings around. Oh, great pass down low to Turner. Wow. I'll tell you, Russell comes right out on fire right here as they score 7 quick points. Minneapolis yet to score.
11-point lead.
Oh, and the turnover right there.
Minneapolis says, let's talk about it, guys. 6:32 remaining.
Yeah, absolutely.
37.
Back to 11-point lead. We've let Russell right back in the door here, and we don't want to give them too much enthusiasm. We'll take a break. You're listening to 910canada.com as well as Eagle Communications Channel 8.
For all your insurance needs, check with Bob Martin, your Farm Bureau Financial Services representative in Minneapolis. He can insure what matters most with Farm Bureau Financial Services. Bob can help you protect what's important: your car, home, life, health, business, and more.
Welcome back to Russell High School. Minneapolis with a turnover gives it right back to the Broncos. 37-26 Lions with the lead. Minneapolis had to tighten it up on defense right here. Oakes with the ball on the outside, guarded by Weedle. Tries. Gets it down low to Turner. Bueller shot up and good.
9-point advantage for the Lions now.
9-0 run by the Broncos. Minneapolis yet to score here in the fourth quarter. And there's a foul there by Zachman as Grayson George will go to the line.
You know, Scott, before they had this run here, I was just thinking to myself, and I about said it, it just fascinates me that this team of the Russell Broncos was able to beat Beloit twice and Sacred Heart once, but
I can see how it happened.
yeah, they have some diversity. Just a matter of putting it all together.
Yep. Grayson hits the first one. Back to a 10-point advantage. Second shot coming. Is up, and it's off the mark. Minneapolis really needs a defensive stop right here, and that's what we said. Yeah, there we go. Finally get a turnover right there. So, shows a little pressure. They will pick up a man defense. Gets it into Argenbright. Casey brings it down. Will break the press. Guarded by Bueller. Bueller, a junior. Back to Weedle. Weedle on the outside.
One advantage we have here is that we're in the 1-1. So we're going to run clock.
And Zachman with the block. Wow. Zachman's got to have at least 5 blocks tonight. Ball goes into Zachman. Excuse me, to Axelson. I meant Axelson. Zachman with the ball now.
Bueller.
Back to Bueller.
That had him open again, didn't we?
Back to Axelson. There's a turnover again. McCulloch gets it into Argenbright. 38-28, 5 minutes left in the ball game. Weedle on the outside. Back to McCulloch. Tipped away by Axelson. Argenbright. Back to McCulloch. Back to Weedle. Into McCulloch. Shot is going to be blocked, but it's fouled. And Axelson will have his third foul.
Axelson said, don't try that stuff on me.
McCulloch will go to the line to shoot 2 here.
He can elevate for his height.
Oh, he can. Only listed as 6 foot, but boy, he can jump. Dale said it early, he is chiseled. Shot is up and good by McCulloch. You don't see a lot of high school kids that are that well-defined muscular. He is, just a solid kid. Second shot coming by McCulloch. Shot is up and it's good. Nice job by Keegan to hit them both.
You can tell he's been an intense weight room exerciser.
Yep. Ball goes back to Huff. That'll be off of McCulloch. It'll stay with the Broncos. Von Felt inbounds. Oh, great hustle by Argenbright. Nearly comes away with it. Tips it out of bounds. Once again, it'll stay with the Broncos. Von Felt inbounds. Gets it into Oakes. Oakes guarded by Weedle. Gets it back to Huff. Huff rolls around, picks up his dribble, gets it back to Von Felt. And stolen by Argenbright. Casey runs the floor nice, but Russell ran the floor very well on that as well, Dale. Tips it out of bounds, it'll stay with the lines.
And I just saw Logan Weedle do the motion for a run clock, and he shoots a 3.
I don't know.
So
that
much
that's
for
what
my
it,
interpretation.
I don't know that that's what I saw. So back to McCulloch. Keegan will be fouled, and McCulloch will go back to the line.
Four substitutes ready to come in for Russell, including Bueller.
So I
So
didn't
they
see
have
them
to
all.
watch for him getting open.
I'll tell you, Axelson, Turner, and Von Felt, they bring in a smaller squad, the Broncos do, and I'm assuming that's their outside shooting squad. So McCulloch takes the first
group, all 4 of them that he took out. Tell me what he wants them to do when they come back in.
Second shot coming by Keegan. In and out. And those 4 come right back, get ready to come right back in.
Over the back, come on.
Grayson George comes down with it. Back to Argenbright. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. 41-28. Ball goes into McCulloch. Shot up and good. Nice job. Nice wraparound by Keegan. Keegan takes advantage of the size right there. Knows that the shot blockers are out and takes it right in.
That's a nice reverse layup.
Oakes back out on the outside to Ruggles. Ruggles will drive. Gets it back out to Bueller. Bueller drives in. Gets it back out to Axelson. Axelson back to Ruggles. Back out to Oakes. Oakes drives, and he'll be fouled by Weedle, as Logan will pick up his first personal. Only the 4th team foul. Mass substitution comes in as Russell brings back in the 4 they took out, and Minneapolis brings in Owens and Doherty.
And Yoxel.
And Yoxel, thank you. George and McCulloch stay on the floor. Axelson on the outside, guarded by McCulloch. Ball goes back to Oakes. Oaks takes a shot. Off the mark, rebounded by Doherty. Back to Grayson George. Grayson back to Owens. Owens back to Doherty.
2:25 to go.
43-28. Ball goes back to Yoxel. Back to Doherty. Doherty into McCulloch. Shot up and, oh, that was in and out. That sucker was going down. We've seen quite a few of those tonight. Both sides of the ball. Ball goes back to Turner. Turner takes a three, and he can hit him. And he hits one right there. So
43-31, down the 12-point advantage.
2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Broncos call a full timeout. So we will go ahead and take one with them. 43-31, 12-point lead for the Lions. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8.
Let's make it delicious. Let's make it fast. Let's make it a meal from KT's in downtown Minneapolis. KT's, home of the almost world-famous hamburger. KT's wishes the Lions best wishes during the upcoming season.
Roth Repair has been a fixture in Minneapolis for some time now. Fixture, get it? Roth Repair can fix, replace, maintain, patch, build, remodel, and mend just about anything. The work is professional and the cost is reasonable. Roth Repair, Minneapolis. Call them today if you need something done right the first time.
Welcome back to Russell High School.
I do predict you will see the clock run now.
Yeah, I think so.
2 minutes and 4 seconds to go.
So
Lions with the ball. We want to shorten this game up real quick
Yep.
here, preserve this 12-point lead. If not, extend it. By free throws.
Yep.
Because they have 9 fouls now. The next one puts us in the double bonus.
Double bonus. On the floor is Yoxel, Doherty, Owens, and George, and Charlie Lynn. Grayson George with the ball. Breaks the press. And he's going to be fouled by Axelson, I believe.
That was the guy that guarded him anyway.
Fourth personal foul. Grayson in the line for 2. Misses the front end of the 2. Bueller checks in for Huff. Second shot coming by Grayson. Shot is up and he makes it. 13-point lead for the Lions. Oaks on the outside. Shot is up and good by Oaks. Doherty gets it to Charlie Lynn. But luckily saved by Owens. And then a tie-up. Wow.
Possession arrow to the Broncos.
Minute 36 left to go. Broncos will have the ball. Minneapolis 44-33. Oaks drives. Back to Turner for 3. Off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Axelson. Shot up and no good. Turner over the back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Been waiting for that all night, and we get it right there.
And we will go to the other end for a double bonus. For Garrett Doherty.
Garrett Doherty, okay.
Who got great position there and took the foul.
Doherty at the line. Shot is up and good. Second one coming by Garrett. Shot is up and it is in and out.
Traveled.
Turnover. Minneapolis getting senior Jason Cleveland. This is
First time.
First time.
Varsity experience.
First varsity experience, and nice to see for Jason as he gets into the ball game.
Son of Smoking Joe Cleveland at Minneapolis Raceway.
Minute left. Doherty on the outside. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland back to Doherty. Doherty guarded tight there on the outside. Gets it to Charlie Lynn. And
A little too high. Good idea, but a little too high on that throw down to Charlie.
So,
minute to go.
Charlie just had such a good spirit. 45 to 33.
Advantage.
Huh?
12-point advantage.
Yep. Hooks on the outside, takes a three-point shot off the front of the rim, rebounded by Doherty. Back to Yoxel. Yoxel breaks the press. Back to Owens. Owens back to Cleveland and picked up by Axelson. Axelson brings it down. He'll take a three. Off the mark. Rebounded by Owens. Back
and
to Doherty.
Doinked it
So,
off the front rim.
back to Yoxel. Back to Cleveland. Take the shot, Jason. Oh! Charlie Lynn gets the bucket.
Nice assist.
Yeah, nice assist for Jason Cleveland. Glad to see that. Minneapolis will come away with the victory. Three-point shot off the mark. Shot is up and good at the last second by Jordan Hecker as he gets a bucket at the very end as Minneapolis comes away with the victory tonight, 47 to 35. I tell you, Dale, I got a little worried at the start of the fourth quarter, but Minneapolis maintains, and they do a nice job with the victory tonight, 47 to 35, as the Lions, basically they
are the NCAA champions tied with Sacred
Tied
Heart.
with
Unless
Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart lost
Yeah.
to Southeast tonight, which I
I'd-
shock. But right now they are assured at least of a tie in the NCAA. First time since the 2005-06 season. Congratulations, Coach Shute and the boys. It's been a long 3 seasons leading up to this one, but they've got it, and they are heading into sub-state with the solid number one. They're 5th ranked in the state. 16-4 now overall.
16-4 overall. Same record as the girls. We haven't seen that same record going in the sub-state this late. So, nice job. Minneapolis comes away with the victory tonight, 47 to 35. Let's take a break, and then we'll be back with some stats. You're listening to 910KNA.com as well as Eagle Communication Channel 8. Minneapolis Lions come away with the victory tonight by a score of 47 to 35. And I'll tell you, Dale, great effort by the Lions as they, in the second quarter they only scored 5 points, but Russell only scored 4. The only quarter that we were outscored was the fourth quarter, and that was because of a hot start by the Broncos as they started out with an 8-0 run before Minneapolis finally scored. But overall, Minneapolis did a great job on the boards tonight against a very physical ball club with the Russell Broncos. I'll give some stats here in a minute that'll kind of blow your mind a little bit. Minneapolis comes away, as I said, with a victory 47 to 35. Let's run down stats for the Russell Broncos. First of all, Taylor Oakes with 6, Brandon Huff with 2, Adam Bueller 8 big points in the second half, Jordan Hecker with 2, Michael Von Felt with 3, Brady Ruggles with 2, Zach Axelson with 2, and Nick Turner with 10, a total of 35. Really kind of shocked me that Von Felt was very quiet and didn't look like he had the dribble penetration in the second half like he did in the first half. For Minneapolis, run down the scoring real quick here as Casey Argenbright with 2 points, Andrew Yoxel with 6, Grayson George with 18, 5 by Logan Weedle, Dylan Crossan with 2, Keegan McCulloch with 11, Charlie Lynn with 2, Garrett Doherty with 1, as the Lions come with a victory 47 to 35. 11 to 21 total from the free throw line. This is the interesting stat. Russell was 2 of 9. For as physical of a ball game it was, Minneapolis kept their composure. Russell did not go to the line. Nice job by the Lions. Congrats, Coach, on a great victory. Thanks for coming up and talking.
Congratulations on league championship.
Yeah, I got that one. That's good.
That's real good.
I was happy for the kids.
That's exciting for you to see as the Lions come away with the victory tonight. Coach, 47 to 35. Looking down the scoring-wise, started out very hot. Grayson come out with 16 big points in the first half. And then Minneapolis seemed in the second half, did a great job in the third quarter especially with ball movement and ball composure, forcing some turnovers, and it really helps them to increase that lead. Russell comes out in the fourth quarter and starts out pretty hot, but Minneapolis catches their composure once again to come away with victory.
Yeah, you know, if I had to, I don't know, put a word to the performance side is workmanlike, I think. You know, the one thing I thought I wasn't happy with the second quarter, I thought we just played foolish. And then, you know, third quarter is over. We're up pretty, I don't know what it was like 17 or something at that
30,
point?
37 to 19.
And so, you know, I'm telling the kids, hey, let's just put it on them. You know, part of, you just keep on playing. You take one possession at a time. We're going to do this, this, and this out of the quarter, and we didn't. And we didn't keep our focus, and we didn't do what I wanted out of the quarter, either offensively or defensively. But, you know, I had some different kids in there to come out to start the fourth quarter, and that was on purpose. I wanted them to have that kind of be put in that position a little bit so they can handle it, and they'll learn from it, and we'll be better for it. But, you know, it's time to move on to the next season, and that's kind of for the beginning here. We've been talking about a 6-game season here at the end of the year, and so now we have an opportunity to focus on that and play for it. And you know, I thought we did some things better this game, which is what we want to do. You know, you want to come out and get better every game. I thought spots we ran our offense a little better, and spots we didn't. So, but defensively we were solid again. I thought the rebounding was pretty good. It was a physical game, really physical.
I hate playing teams 3 or more times in the season. It just
never good.
It very seldom has good
well,
results.
it just kind of gets old, you know.
Yeah.
And we might have to do that here come Monday against Ellsworth.
Oh, yeah, Ellsworth.
Because I think there's a pretty good chance that's going to happen.
And if Beloit wins that and beats probably Hoisington in the semifinals, might happen again. But, you know, we'll just take them one game at a time, huh?
That's the key right now.
Very, very physical ball game. That Axelson had a huge night block-wise and seemed to kind of get into our kids' head a couple times. But they made some adjustments towards the end, and worked on getting the ball off the glass, and did a much better job of that. Axelson kid is a heck of an athlete.
Good athlete.
Very good. But Minneapolis, once again, they held their composure. They did a nice job. As far as I mentioned it when we started, 2 for 9 for Russell. That's pretty amazing from the standpoint of how physical of a ball game it was. That they only went to line 9 times.
Well, I thought we did a good job position defense. There were a few times that we kind of got lost a little bit, but I thought most of the night, you know, there's some kids, number 3, the Oaks kid, 13, the Bueller kid we talked about, really not leaving those kids much and making sure that we were able to guard them. Other than a couple of times we didn't do that, but most of the time we did a good job of closing off dribblers and handling their on-ball screens. And, you know, when you move your feet, you don't foul a lot. And I thought, and when you take care of the boards, you don't foul a lot. And so I thought those 2 things were important. You know, I'd like to see us hit more free throws, for goodness sakes. I mean, talk about, you know, I guess we're due then this next game to go like 25 or 30 again or something like that. It's every other game. But, you know, there's some things we got to do. We got to keep getting better. The next game's not any different than this game. You know, we got to treat it the same and get a little bit better here the next couple days.
Hats off to your bench play. Charlie Lynn came in against Nick Turner and just had some big rebounds down low. He muscled him, did a nice job of keeping his head and composure, and kind of got into Turner's head a little bit as well. The other thing I noticed is Garrett Doherty had a couple big rebounds underneath. Just nice job positioning-wise from other games that we've seen.
Yeah, those 2 kids just play their tails off, and you know, I got a lot of confidence in all the guys that come off our bench to play defense. And you know, most of them do a good job of taking care of the ball, and when they can give us some points, they do. So our bench has been solid for us all year. They've been smart, and but you know, you come to practice every day, they work. I mean, there's not a kid on that team. We got those guys there that isn't working pretty hard in practice. So when they get in the game, you know, they just do what they're used to doing anyway, which makes it easier for them.
Absolutely. This has just been an amazing season. It's been a tough 2 seasons, 3 seasons, I can't remember now, before it, but it's been wonderful to see the growth in these players, especially the seniors and the juniors, as they've come through the tough times in the past and have really put together a good season now to be ranked number 5 in the state. And I know it's the beginning you
even
didn't like those rankings, but
I didn't even know we were. So
Yeah.
I can honestly tell you that I had no idea. So.
And now league champions and solid number 1 in sub-state. It's just a great thing to see. And
well, I'm happy for
congratulations
the
on a
kids.
good coaching job.
Thanks. Well, thanks. Well, you know, we talked about it when they were young that there will be better days, and we've got just a little bit better every year. And I got to give the kids all the credit on that because they've worked hard and they've never really hung their heads. They just took their lumps early on, understood, and worked hard so that when their time came, they'd be ready to be successful. And so far, they've done that. And like I said, 6-game season here, and that's what we're looking for. And I think we'll have a pretty focused group here the rest of the way.
You know, not very often do I give kudos also to another player that gets quite a bit of playing time, doesn't get a lot of stats, but he plays very solid throughout the game. That's Tyrell Owens.
Tyrell does great off the
You know,
bench, and he has been. He's a senior. He's solid, and
I don't do a very good job of giving him the kudos that he does because coming off the bench and playing those solid minutes, that's just solid utility and nice job. Nice job by the entire squad. But Coach, congrats on a great victory. Now, is it Monday or Tuesday? Do we know yet?
Well, we'll play on Monday. Now, the girls will play on Tuesday. If something would work out, I don't think it's going to, where we'd have the same opponent, like potentially Ellsworth, and that might change. But we'll be on Monday for sure.
We'll be on Monday for sure.
Yep.
So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Boys Thursday, Friday.
Yeah,
Girls
boys
Friday.
are Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and then girls are Tuesday, Friday, Saturday this year. Yeah.
So well, I hope it works out so that we can get Ellsworth both squads on Monday.
Makes life easier for everybody, doesn't it?
At least we won't have to be on the road.
Yep.
You know, that's a good thing.
You bet.
Well, Coach, congrats on a great victory tonight. We appreciate you coming up and chatting with us.
Thanks.
As Minneapolis improves to 16-4 on the year, and just a nice effort. 6 more games, Coach.
6 more. That's what
6
we're
more,
looking for.
so.
You betcha.
Okay. Well, for myself, Scott Osherman,
Dale Leach.
we will say goodnight from Russell, Kansas.